The Nuggets haven't been doing much of that. The Warriors have been doing a lot of it, looking to kind of build towards that sweep. Warriors trying to get a 3-0 series lead. Steph Curry still coming off the bench. Nikola Jokic, first half, gave it his all, played a lot of minutes in this game, three-point line, mid-range, 18 points, 8 rebounds just in the first half. But Golden State, I mean, he's on the bench, is Curry, but he's still there. And this was one of the best shooting halves of this season for Golden State. You got Draymond feeding Curry. Curry nailing the triple. He made 3 of those. It was a 7-point lead. Curry had 15 points in the first half. Green, the assist there, he had 9. And consider this success for the Warriors because this is the best shooting half in the playoffs for the Warriors under Steve Kerr, period. It's a 10-point lead in the break. Jokic now working on Green, nailed that one. That's Denver's first lead of the game since very early on. Jokic now finding Aaron Gordon. That's easy. He had 18 points. Nuggets now up 5. Here come the Warriors, though, as they do. Curry moving quickly. Klay Thompson, he had 26. Jokic, like I said, playing a lot of minutes. He played 29 minutes through 3 quarters, and now here we are under 8 to play in the 4th, and the Nuggets are down 4. It is Jokic, top of the key. How many threes did he make? 2. That's one of them. Denver now within 1. Golden State's next possession. It is Curry feeding Andre Iguodala. Old days. He only had 4 points, but the style gets him on the show. Warriors up 4 after the free throws. Now a 1-point game. Warriors up. Was 1, make it 4. Curry. That's the 3. 3:30 to play. It was a 4-point lead, but now we're tied at 109. It's Jokic driving inside. Score it. 37 points, 18 rebounds. Nuggets back out on top. Warriors next possession. All of the ball movement. Then Jordan Poole kicking it. How is he so open? That's Andrew Wiggins. Corner 3. Of course he's going to nail it. He had all the time in the world to think. Then a little bit later, it's Curry feeding Poole, who has come alive in these 3 games. 27 points. Warriors up 3. Deep end of the pool because the Warriors now score 7 straight. Curry had 27. This makes it a 5-point game. And then you called him a gnat, right? Draymond Green. It's kind of annoying. He's there.
Annoying.
2 steals, 1 block. This one, sort of the dagger. Working on Jokic, and he's fired up. The Warriors take game 3. It's a 3-0 series lead, 118-113. Here's our Kendra Andrews.
It's just an amazing feeling to know that we could put it together. And you could tell how much we wanted this one to come into on the road and prove that we could, beat a good team like that. Got to finish it off, and obviously a long road ahead, but this is a big one for us.
Last one for you. This was the biggest test that you faced against the Nuggets this series. How important was it to have this kind of adversity, as you mentioned, heading into Game 4 and having to fight through a little bit?
Coming into the playoffs, we talked about we're going to have to figure it out on the fly. A lot of people talked about, that might be a cop-out answer because we've been together for so long, but it doesn't mean that it's going to click. And, like you said, we came in, we were really focused, energetic in the first half, built a big lead. They're going to fight. They're an NBA team. They have an ego, and they did. But we responded, finished the game down the stretch, which was huge. And we did it a lot of different ways. So a lot to build on. Can't get complacent, though. So as soon as we walk off the court, we're done celebrating.
Curry gets the microphone, but it's sort of been a pool party for the Warriors because to start these playoffs, it's been Jordan, who scored 86 points in his first 3 playoff games, the only Warrior with more in team history. Wilt Chamberlain. Poole has done it with the consistency because he scored at least 25 points in each of those 3 games. The Dubs are now up 3-0 in this series, and keep in mind, no one in NBA history has come back from that deficit.
Do you believe the Warriors can win the title this season?
And remember, we talked a lot about them in October, November, even December, and then Steph Curry got hurt.
Yeah.
And then you had, obviously, the Phoenix Suns doing what they were doing.
Yeah, we didn't know about Klay.
I don't think they will. I think the road is going to be difficult, and I get it. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, all that experience. But Klay still, to me, is not all the way back. I think it's still going to take until next season. I'm not going to give up on the Phoenix Suns. I think with Devin Booker, that hamstring injury maybe keeps him out of this series. I think they'll get past New Orleans. But the one thing about the Phoenix Suns and what they've done this year about taking the regular season seriously, and they got so close to the finish line last year, Molly, and Chris Paul, he wants to end his career. Not that he's going to end this year, but he wants to have a championship on that resume. I think the motivation is there. I think the experience is there. And their role players, guys like Mikal Bridges, DeAndre Ayton, I think they're ready for this moment. By the way, Mikal Bridges, and you'll like this, Steve, because I know we complain about players not playing. He led the league in total minutes. Do you know if this was the year 2003, he would have been 36th in total minutes. This year, he's first. There's just something about this Phoenix Suns team. Yeah. I just don't think Golden State is going to get it all together. I think the road is too difficult. Again, all the respect in the world for that group. I don't think they do it this year.
Okay. Well, to piggyback off of what you said, I mean, as it pertains to people being available and showing up to work, there's only 5 players in the NBA that haven't missed a game this year.
Yep.
5 out of 450 plus.
Amazing.
That is the lowest in NBA history. That's a damn travesty. And that's something that the NBA will address. You and I both know if collective bargaining negotiations are going to be very, very interested with some of the stuff that some of these players, not most, not all, but some of these players have tried to get away with. NBA ain't having it, and damn it, I don't blame them. Now, having said all of that, you're talking about the Phoenix Suns and how they're worthy and warranted, and it's warranted that they're the favorites. I don't disagree with that. I think they are the favorites. I think from start to finish, when you consider the level of consistency that they've put on display, they, without question, have been the best team in basketball. I've seen the best team in basketball get knocked off before, and so have you. And I think this is a year it's going to happen. I ain't betting against these Golden State Warriors, bro. And ain't no there's no shade. There's no shade on the Phoenix Suns. What I saw from the Warriors, and I got it, matchups, styles make fights. We know that Denver's in over their head because they don't have Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. I get all of that. When you look at Jokic and the big boy DeMarcus Cousins as well, these are guys that you got that set up, but that doesn't work in a matchup like this because you got thoroughbreds, road runners on the other side that are the Golden State Warriors. And they ran Denver out of the state in game 2, out of the state. I mean, I haven't seen a performance like that. I mean, it was something spectacular to behold. And I was actually going to go to that game Monday night, Frank. I was actually going to go to that game. And I said, you know what? I got to be back here too early. I ain't going to do it. So I didn't go to the game. And damn it, I regret it. I really regret it. I should have went to that game because it was that spectacular to behold. Steph Curry, Klay, and then Jordan Poole. This young brother is something special. He is something special. And he's more like Steph Curry than Klay. His movement without the ball, his ball handling skills, his ability to use those skills to get to the basket, and the range with which he pulls up from. Now, that mirrors both Klay and Steph. But Klay don't handle the ball like that, okay? And so when I look at it from that perspective, I just say, I got a nickname for them, Frank Isola. It's Lethal Weapon 3. Remember, I ain't talking about the movie with Danny Glover and Mel Gibson Jr.
Get out of
I'm
here.
not talking about the movie.
You're reaching.
Hold on. I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about Georgia Tech, Kenny Anderson, Dennis Scott, Brian Oliver. You remember that back in the day. It was something special. And I'm looking at Poole, Steph, and Klay, and that's my nickname for them, Lethal Weapon
hang on a second.
3.
Hang on. You must be going a little soft out on the West Coast. We didn't know anything about Cam Johnson last year. What did he do for Phoenix? Mikal Bridges, think about the way that he played. Same thing with DeAndre. And how about Campaign coming off the bench? So the players that we had question marks about last year for Phoenix, they delivered. Be honest now, Steve. Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole has been great, no question about it. How's he going to do in a big road game against a team like Phoenix? We don't know that. You're just assuming that, and it's not. If his agent already called, and thank you for putting him in the same category as Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, but we don't know that.
No, hold on, wait a minute. I'm talking about this young talent. First of all, he's averaging 29. I just want to throw that out there. He's averaging 29 and a half in the first 2 games, in his first 2 playoff games. It's not like it's not, I'm just saying he had 30 and 29. That's number 1, right? Number 2. I'm looking at a skill set. Certainly, you know what? The jury's still out. Got to show up. If you go up against Memphis in the next round, assuming they get past Minnesota, you got to go up against them brothers who want all the smoke, right? Came in the game 2, handled their business like they were supposed to. They better had, damn it, okay? Then you got Phoenix. If you're fortunate enough to get past that, don't get me wrong. I'm fully aware of the challenges. I'm just saying, I believe in those brothers. You believe in certain people, why can't I? I'm looking at Steph and Klay. Their resume speaks for itself. Let me
get into
this brother
quick.
right here, with them on the court, Lord have mercy.
Stephen, I'm with you.